This is Dell Technologies World 2019. I'm JB, still with you. It is Monday, day one of an exciting week. We got much more coming up. And one of the conversations we're excited about, it's a topic, Mark, that I think we're going to talk about for a few years to come. It's cloud.
I think so, yes.
From VMware, it's Mark Lohmeyer. Mark, how are you?
Good, good. Glad to be here.
It's good to see you. You've done Dell Technologies World once or twice before.
Right,
yeah, it's been doing VMware as well. Now, the partnership, hybrid cloud, big announcements today, big announcements tomorrow, I presume, for the next, so on and so forth. What do you see? What's the excitement part of that partnership?
Yeah, you know, if I think about the hybrid cloud strategy that VMware and Dell are embarking on together, to me what's exciting about it is it all really starts from what we're hearing from our customers.
Okay.
Right, and what they're telling us, and what they've been telling us for many years now, is they want to have the flexibility to run their applications, their workloads, wherever they need, based on the needs of the business. Might be in their own data centers, might be in the public cloud, increasingly might be in the edge. But when they do that, they want to have the same consistent infrastructure and operational model across that entire environment.
Right.
And I think that's at the core of the VMware hybrid cloud strategy, and our partnership with Dell Technologies is a huge part of bringing that to reality.
Yeah, and so within that, with bringing that to reality, what are those solutions? What do they look like?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the really exciting things we announced today, is I think probably one of the best examples of this partnership, really the best of both worlds coming together between VMware and Dell, with a solution we announced called VMware Cloud on Dell EMC.
Yeah.
And the core idea here is bringing all of the benefits of a cloud operational model, right? The simplicity, the elasticity, the OpEx-based consumption models, all of that combined with everything customers love about running things in the data center, the control, the security, the performance, bringing that together into a single solution, VMware Cloud on Dell EMC.
Yeah, and those names go together pretty well.
Yeah.
One of those names that we could talk about, Dell VxRail.
Right.
Obviously, that works pretty well.
Yep,
the system and the hybrid cloud from VMware. And how does it work together? What are the great innovations there, and what do we see going forward?
Yeah. So of course we have tens of thousands of joint customers that are using VxRail on-prem, right, and based on VMware software combined with Dell hardware platforms. Right. What we're enabling customers to do is have that same VMware software stack now running in public clouds, for example, VMware Cloud on AWS. And together this gives customers a hybrid cloud architecture that delivers those benefits I talked about before. Right? And some of the really exciting use cases we're seeing customers take advantage of this hybrid cloud architecture for, naturally might think of as disaster recovery. Right? I've got my production workloads, they're running on-prem on my own data center, VxRail running on top of that enterprise class VMware software, Dell hardware. But now I want to be able to fail over that workload in the case of a disaster to the cloud. Right? And the cloud's perfect for disaster recovery because I only need to pay for that capacity when I'm actually using it. And so by leveraging VMware Cloud on AWS as a DR extension, a data center extension use case, that's one that customers are really excited about. And of course, it also brings to bear a number of the other really exciting Dell technologies. For example, the Dell data protection portfolio is an integral part of that overall solution. Yeah,
there's a lot of these pieces work together, and it's really enjoyable, it's satisfying to see all the planning and work start to pay off in exponential leaps forward.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool. So in that, you've described a lot of things. What's unique about that hybrid cloud model that we're doing it this way as opposed to somebody else's choice?
Yeah, it's a great question, because people have been talking about hybrid cloud for a while, right? And I think what's really unique about what VMware and Dell are doing together, I'll highlight three things. The first is this idea that it is that consistent operational model, right? It's the same operational model, the same vSphere, vSAN, NSX management tools, whether I'm running in the public cloud or the private cloud or on the edge. That's really unique for our customers because, of course, most customers are running on vSphere on-prem today, right? Two is really all about these enterprise class capabilities, right? Like these are proven platforms running mission critical workloads, for customers' most sensitive, most secure applications. And we're bringing that same technology to bear across all these different environments. So, really leading from an enterprise class perspective and security perspective. And then the third thing I would highlight is just the flexibility it gives customers, right? I can run long-lived workloads on-prem in a very cost-effective way. I can burst to the cloud, OpEx on demand to deal with peak. It really gives them a lot of flexibility and optionality that they might not have had before.
Right. So and that's great. That's a great triumvirate of options there. What are use cases? What are the common ones? What are the best ones? Where do you see this really laying out?
Yeah, so we talked about DR, right? So that's obviously a killer one. Another one is burst to cloud for peak usage.
Okay.
Right. So I'll give you an example of a customer. They a state in the U.S. That provides hunting and fishing licenses.
Okay.
Well, as it turns out, there's hunting and fishing season, deer hunting season, very specific weeks of the year,
yeah.
right? And so in advance of that, when they have to distribute all of these licenses, they have a burst of demand on their IT systems.
Oh, okay.
Now, in the past, they would have had to pre-buy hardware and software for all of that for the entire year, even though they're only using it for 2 weeks, right? Now, with this hybrid architecture between VMware and Dell, they can right-size their on-prem environment, drive down the total cost of ownership, and then for that 2 weeks when they need to process all those hunting and fishing licenses, they can burst to the cloud, spin up that capacity, take care of those customers, just pay it for those 2 weeks, spin it back down when they're done.
Yeah.
Right. So you think about overall TCO for a customer, some really compelling things you can do around burst to the cloud. The last one I would highlight is geographic capacity expansion.
Okay.
Right. So you have many customers, and these are bigger customers, where maybe they've got a presence in the US, they've built a very successful, profitable business there. They've built a data center that they're running very effectively and efficiently and are continuing to invest in. But now maybe they want to expand to Europe, or they want to expand to Japan or elsewhere in Asia Pacific. We can spin up for them VMware compatible capacity anywhere around the world, right? And they can immediately begin to take advantage of it without having to make this massive upfront investment.
Totally. That's, it sounds like some use cases where people will be very happy. That's a goal too.
Absolutely.
Mark, a pleasure talking to you. I look forward to catching up with you next year and seeing how far this is moving along.
Absolutely.
Great time. Mark Lohmeyer, everybody. This is just one of our many conversations here from Dell Technologies World 2019.